Melissa is becoming one of the most popular areas in all of Dallas-Fort Worth. You can smell the brisket and the pecans like as soon as you walk in. I mean, and one of the last cons of living in Melissa, Texas is going to be the mud. What can you say about Melissa, Texas? Well, if you ask some of the locals around these parts, they're going to describe it as a drive-through town, which typically means not a lot to do here unless you're driving through and stopping at the Buc-ee's. But of course, we'll show you that here in a little bit. We're right here at City Hall where in case you're a fast driver, this is probably where you're gonna end up paying your speeding tickets. The thing I wanted to show you though here, what I really like is they've got a nice little veteran monument here. They've got veterans showcased on all the light poles around here, and this gives you that small town country feel of pride and patriotism right here in Melissa, Texas. They've also got the public library inside as well. You can kind of span around here and see it's also doubles as a park area, so if you want to come over here and hang out. But again, not a lot to do here. However, we are going to show you a lot today in this video and show you exactly why Melissa is becoming one of the most popular areas in all of Dallas-Fort Worth. It's kind of becoming the hidden gem, and there's a lot more affordability here than you may think. And this is where the people that are getting a little priced out of Plano or Frisco or even Prosper are making their move over here. It's the next boom town. And of course, anytime you get involved earlier in development, you know, that's going to build a lot more value in your home. So we have to start off the way we usually do, which is go grab a coffee, right? That iced Americano. It's already a little toasty today here in Dallas, Texas, but we're gonna go down to George's Coffee Shop, grab a quick coffee, and then we're gonna take you around, of course, show you around downtown, historic downtown, schools, talk about that, and then we're also going to take you around a couple of the master plan communities here so that you can see the different homes and styles that may fit within inside of your budget or the communities that you may be interested in. But overall, Melissa's growing at a rapid pace. We're gonna cover a lot more, so let's get after it. By the way, I'm not hurting this guy, I just rescued him, but these are the cicadas. These are what you will hear, I mean loud and clear. You'll probably hear them in a lot of our videos. They're not out right now today just yet, but you check out some of the previous videos like Plano or Salina, you're gonna hear them all over the place. But he was stuck, so I just rescued him. Pretty harmless. Oh, he flew away, don't worry. All right, so Melissa is one of those towns that is just far enough away from the hustle and bustle that you really still feel like you're in that small town community. However, it's also close enough for you to be able to access amenities and areas like Frisco and Plano, which are extremely close by. So if you want to go out for a day or a night or experience all the excitement that Frisco and Plano or Prosper has to offer, you're not too far away. And right now, currently, the population of Melissa is going to be around 23,000 people, but that's expected to grow another 100,000 people over the upcoming years, which again, anytime you get in early in these communities, especially new construction communities, that's pretty much guaranteed built-in appreciation and equity in your home value that you can look forward to. And just in the last 3 years, Melissa has tripled in population, which really signals the popularity and the fact that more and more people are making their move out to here and are looking for that small town feel for now. However, they know it's going to be growing quite extensively over the next several years. And also, throughout this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 pros and the 5 cons of living in Melissa, Texas. And I'll throw in the extra pro really, which is George's Coffee. Got the iced Americano, of course, pretty good. Of course, got my bag of coffee to go as well, so be grinding that up at the house later on. But We're gonna take you through and tell you everything you need to know about Melissa. And my name is Levi Lassick, and if you're thinking about making that move here to Dallas, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, or schedule a Zoom, our personal favorite. All of that information is in the description below. Be happy to help you make that smooth move to Dallas. Let's get into it. Now, something they take seriously here in Melissa is their hair and nails, apparently, because you got the nail shop right here. Right around the corner, you got two different hair salons side by side. And you're gonna find this all throughout Melissa, just little strip malls, kind of like this one right here, where it's just kind of patched throughout Melissa as they continually develop. And you got here Tia's Mexican Grill, which, let me see that. Let me see that camera, Alex. You've eaten here. How's the tacos?
Five thumbs up.
5 thumbs up. There you go. Tia's Mexican Grill right there. Good little spot. But we're gonna stop by later on this afternoon by the food truck park and scope out some barbecue options there. So definitely stick around that. But let's get into some neighborhoods here in Salina so you can see some of the real estate going on here. All right, so one of the first pros of living in Melissa is going to be more affordable housing than compared to Plano and Frisco. Now, I say more affordable housing. The median house price here in Melissa is continually going up. And right now it's at $510,000, which a lot of people would still consider that high. You're not gonna find probably anything under 300 to 350 unless it's an open lot and you wanna build from scratch. But otherwise, home prices are gonna be starting around the 350s and going up from there because the popularity is happening more and more. However, the median home price in Plano is around $541,000 right now. And in Frisco, it's up to $679,000 because those are just two of the hottest spots in all of Dallas. But again, that's why Melissa is growing in popularity, because people are willing to move that extra, 5 to 10 minutes away, especially with remote work, working from home, those types of situations. Not everybody has to go into the office anymore this day and age. So it's like, why not move an extra 5 minutes further and save $100,000? It makes a lot of sense. And that's why these areas all around North Dallas are really starting to grow in popularity. So here we are in the Liberty neighborhood, and we're on the back half of the community, which is where you're going to find a lot of the new construction. They're still building around these areas. The front half of the community, you will notice, very well developed, very established. You can tell that by all the trees. They're massive compared to right now in this back area where the trees are very small. You can tell planted within the last couple of years, as to where on the front end you can tell those trees are probably 10 to 15 years old. But you come back here and you want to be on the newer side, there's still opportunities back here to take advantage of, to build or find some homes that are under construction right now as far as spec wise. So we're going to roll through here, take you over to one of the model homes and walk you through that. But the builders inside Liberty include Bloomfield Homes, Highland Homes, Hovanian Homes, and Perry Homes. This is a perfect place for the family with easy access to the Sam Rayburn Highway just across from the city park. Home prices range from 500s to the 900s. Some of the amenities here include the amenity center with resort-style pool and a splash pad, on-site elementary school at Harry McKillop, 2 fully stocked catch and release ponds, a sports pavilion, and playgrounds. All right, let's go inside and check out a Highland home here in the community. And these are coming down to their final opportunities. I mean, homes are selling fast. This is a very strange time in the market because interest rates are high, but at the same time, it's kind of like a buyer's market because you have a lot more choice. They say, based on the inventory, it's technically a seller's market, but with all the incentives that builders are offering right now, then it really kind of has flipped into a buyer's market because you don't have a lot of competition right now, and you've got options, and especially with these builders, some of them offering up to $25,000 to $40,000 in incentives, which you could use in various different ways for closing costs, buy down rates, or something like that. But we'll come in here and take a look. Right as soon as you enter, you've got looks like your first guest bedroom here on the front side. You can see really nicely decorated. I like how they painted the walls in here with the stripes as well. And then you're gonna come out, you're gonna have the bathroom right here in the middle that shares for both of these bedrooms. And of course, decorated as the kids' rooms in here. Really nice touch, full walk-in closets, nice full bathroom right there. Then you come in here over off to the side and you're gonna have your laundry room right here and your home office in this area. So if you're working from home, you got, oh, I love this cabinet right here. That's pretty cool. I love, I love all things old school, old style. They got the little old school fan going on up there. But these homes right here are starting at $566,000. That's it. You got a half bath off to the side. And of course, Highland Homes is one of the best builders here in the DFW Metroplex. And then you come in and you have this beautiful, amazing, open concept here. Living room opens right up to the kitchen so that you've got a clear, plain line of sight, plenty of seating under the island right here for the kids, double ovens, nice walk-in pantry, 4-burner cooktop on here, beautiful backsplash, hood vent, shaker cabinet style, and your dining area over off to the side, looking out towards the backyard. And let's go check out the primary real quick over on here. So we've got 2 bedrooms up front, and we've got the primary right back here. Very nice size, opened up with the bay window. And then you come in here to your bathroom. You've got double vanities, a makeup station throughout here. Nice little garden tub, full walk-in shower, separate throne room, and nice size walk-in closet when you come in here. So to get brand new construction starting around $560,000, especially with Highland Homes, that's an absolute deal in this area. There's, as we mentioned, there's the other builders over here too, but we're gonna take you through some of the other neighborhoods around this area so you can see a little bit more, but this should give you an idea of what you're getting here in Melissa for the mid-5s. Now, one of the cons of living in Melissa is there's not much nightlife. Actually, there's probably no nightlife at all whatsoever, other than the occasional little tiny mom and pop restaurants you can go out to eat. If you want something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more upscale, hang out with the friends for happy hour, everything like that, you're probably gonna be heading over to Frisco or Plano or maybe even Prosper. There's a couple of little things here, but it's just not a lot going on in Melissa yet. And now we're into Mulroney Ranch, another pretty good sized community over here in Melissa. We'll drive you around a little bit and stop by one of the model homes as well, just to give you an inside tour. So Mulroney Ranch is another master plan community here in Melissa. The draw of this neighborhood has plenty of green spaces for the outdoor lovers. You are also right next door to Lavon Lake, where you can spend a day on the water. Homes here are built exclusively by Union Main Homes and K. Havanian Homes at the starting point of around $400,000. And you don't even have to worry about the mud taxes here, which is pretty common throughout Melissa. Some of the amenities include a community center perfect for hosting get-togethers, nature trails, spacious community pool, plenty of green spaces, and a full playground with slides, swings, and benches. Now we're in the model home for K. Havanian Homes here, and in the primary bathroom, we started out just because we ran into the cleaners. They're cleaning the front half, but we'll still walk you through here. You've got double vanities, separate throne room, nice walk-in closet, step-in shower, a separate area for makeup, the vanity, which is really nice for the ladies. You come out here to the primary bedroom, very nice and spacious, windows overlooking the backyard. Here you have a little pantry that you can keep things in, and then you walk out into nice open concept once again. Living room with beautiful herringbone tile work on the fireplace, room for the TV over on this side of the wall. Come through here, a nice sized island, seating for 5 right now underneath this island. Beautiful undermount farm sink here. Nice quartz countertops as well, 5-burner stove, gray shaker cabinets, double oven here, walk-in pantry, which is nice, smaller walk-in pantry, but still gets the job done. And of course, room for your dining over here on top of that, access to the backyard. And again, these homes are starting in the 400s and 500s, but the opportunities are becoming more and more limited because of the demand here in the Dallas area. We come down this way a little bit, and you've got one of the bedrooms over off to the side right here. Looks like it's decorated for the little misses in here, which is nice. And then you're gonna come out and you've got mudroom off to the side right here with a full bathroom, another bedroom, which they're using as the design center. You've got your laundry room right back here, which is a really nice size. That's a good size laundry room. And again, so that's where the garage would be back off of this way as well. Then you come through here and you've got your office area, which I love these vaulted ceilings up here with the additional windows at the top. And they've got a wet bar. Well, actually like a little kitchenette. So maybe this could be the mother-in-law's suite. Not really sure what they have working on here, but if you make this into the office or a second living area, I guess you could do that as well. You don't have to go far, for your refreshments. You've got another full bath right off to the side, and again, another one of your bedrooms throughout here. So pretty nice setup that they got going on here. And again, inventory is limited and they're moving pretty quickly, but there are some incentives they're offering on top of that. So the main thing is you want to reach out so we can check on what the availability is, and always make sure that you have somebody help you versus just going straight to the builder. That's very key, because sometimes we can usually negotiate some additional incentives that they don't offer elsewhere. So let's go check out more of Melissa. Now, another pro of living in Melissa is going to be the school district. Up here in the North Dallas area, there's no shortage of highly rated schools, and we're gonna head over to Melissa High School right now, which you can probably see right behind me a little bit. It looks like they're developing a lot more to it, but we're gonna pull around to the front side and give you a little bit more of the stats on Melissa. And as you can see right behind me, the stadium for high school football is massive. Friday Night Lights is the real deal here in Texas. Just like you see, sports is very, very important to the kids and the parents in these areas, especially the smaller towns. It's even more of a bigger deal because that is kind of like the nightlife. So even though I mentioned earlier, not a lot of nightlife going on, it does happen on Friday Night Lights. But let me give you a little bit more of the dirt on Melissa High School. Melissa Independent School District is an A-rated 5A school district in Collin County and one of the fastest growing in the area. It serves over 6,000 students and employs 700 staff members across 4 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school. Melissa ISD students excel, ranking in the top 3 to 5% academically and in extracurricular programs. They consistently achieve top 5 placements in the UIL Lone Star Cup. The district is impressive, standing in the top 50 out of 965 school districts according to schooldigger.com. Notably, 50% of Melissa High School seniors graduate with college credits earned during grades 9 through 12. Melissa High School enrolls 1,315 students and holds an A rating according to niche.com. It ranks in the top 12% of public high schools in Texas and the top 5% best high schools for athletes in Texas. On average, the students score 1170 on the SAT and 26 on the ACT. The expense per student is 23% higher than the national average. Teachers earn an average salary of $56,000 and have around 10.9 years of experience. The high school offers a wide range of sports, including football, baseball, basketball, volleyball, and softball. Additionally, it has impressive theater and visual arts programs. All right, another one of the cons living here in Melissa is going to be the East Melissa landfill. So if you're driving out of Melissa on 121, it's over in that area. Now, the good news is there's not really any major developments in that area, so you're probably not gonna buy a home that's over around that, but driving around 121 through that side of East Melissa, you might catch a little whiff, and it's not like a skunk, that you'll typically smell on the Texas highways. So just something to keep in mind. Nobody really complains about it. There's no plan for developments over there at the current time, but if they ever do that and you're watching this in the future, just keep that in mind. And now we're rolling through Meadow Run, which is another one of the neighborhoods here that a lot of people make the move to. You're pretty much across the street from Melissa High School. So if you want easy access to get over there, it's gonna be a hop, skip, and a jump. I mean, the kids could walk or even ride a bike over there. They're probably not gonna walk. The kids don't really walk these days anymore, do they? Nope, they're gonna be on their bikes or scooters or something like that. Maybe not even scooters. They probably have their, Yeah, they have their own cars anyways. So anyways, yeah, you're rolling through here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about Meadow Run, and we'll go check out one of the model homes. In Meadow Run, you'll find homes starting in the 400s. This neighborhood is perfect for growing families, first-time home buyers, and even empty nesters. All the amenities make this quiet neighborhood one worth calling home, and with Melissa High School right across the street, you won't have to worry about long commutes to take the kids to school. Some of the amenities in this community include a community pool, an amenity center with a kitchen, a community park, walking paths, and a basketball court. Oh, well, welcome in. And I was just reading about the majestic elk here, of course, but we are here at Pacesetter Homes inside of Meadow Run, and this particular home is starting at around $549,000. Now, this model right now is going to be around $610,000, and it's going to be a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, just around 3,200 square feet. We're starting off here in the home office area. Very good size with the window to let in some natural light. We're going to come through here. You've got a half bath off to your side, and then you walk into your dining area, and you could say this is the formal dining area, which you're starting to see a lot more just combination of everything in one. You're not seeing too many formal dining rooms in new construction, but then you walk over here into a very good sized living and kitchen combo with, you know, open line of sight all the way through, TV on the back wall. You come into here, nice granite countertops that you have, oven, microwave, dishwasher, you know, your stove over off on that side, and you have a breakfast area here that overlooks the backyard and has easy access through there. And they are offering right now in this particular one $15,000 worth of incentives towards closing costs, or you can even get a 4.99 interest rate, which again, everybody is really concerned about interest rates right now, but these builders are offering some pretty good incentives to bring those rates down. Then you're gonna come in here to the primary, which is more like a I mean, this is more like a living area throughout here. Not only do you have room for your bed, but a separate seating area through here. Enough room for that couch, as you can see. Amazing built-ins over here. So that way you can completely wall yourself off from the rest of the family if they're getting a little too crazy. You're gonna come through here. You can see a really good sized garden tub, double vanities, walk-in shower, nice walk-in closet right here as well, and even comes equipped with a couple of shirts, right, that you can have. So we'll show you around a little bit. There's upstairs here as well, and that should give you a good idea what you can find here in Meadow Run. And here we are at the Texas Z Sports Village, or Z Sports Texas Village. I don't know, it's the longest park name in the history of parks. But you probably saw right behind me, there's a huge complex, baseball fields all over the place, soccer fields. They have tournaments going on nonstop here on the weekends. They got cafe and a bar in the back as well, because there's so much sports activity going on here that you're gonna have to stop for some food and some drinks just to make it through the day. But this is one of the biggest complexes here in Melissa. Lots to do over here, and it's always packed out. The ZPLEX Texas Sports Village is a must visit for local sports fans and athletes. It has 5 parks and is currently building a huge 90-acre park. Whether you love baseball, softball, soccer, football, or tennis, this place has got you covered. They have 8 excellent turf baseball and softball fields, both grass and turf soccer fields, and 12 tennis courts, 4 covered and 8 uncovered. If you're feeling hungry while waiting for the next game, head over to the Dugout Sports Grill. They offer tasty food and drinks for parents and young athletes alike. All right, so another pro of living here in Melissa is going to be the growth and the room for opportunity. The population has tripled in the last 10 years, and I mentioned earlier a little bit if you missed it, but another 100,000 people are slated for growth in Melissa here, which on the front end of that, that's a good thing if you're buying now for your home values. On the bad side though, you've missed out over the last 10 years on almost twice to 3 times the appreciation in home values over the last decade. So again, buying sooner rather than later, usually a good thing over the long run. Everything's running pretty smooth and steady here in the Dallas market. We're not seeing a let up, especially with our team. We're getting reach outs every single day, still mainly from this channel, of course, but just around town as people are moving up, moving down, you know, things happening in their lives, people moving in from out of state, of course, but there's a lot of opportunity here, and it's just something you want to keep in mind, which, you know, on the good side, room for growth in your home, but on the bad side, there's going to be a lot of people making their move here as well. Now you're in the heart of Melissa right here at probably the most extensive commercial development going on at this moment, or at least the most completed, we could say. But don't worry, you're not just out here on your own in the middle of nowhere. You do have like a Smoothie King, you've got a Taco Bell, you've got the Golden Chick, you've got a Starbucks, so no need to worry there. You've got Italian ice cream, you got your dentist, so after you eat your ice cream you can go get your teeth checked, the pediatric dentistry, some other stuff for kids, optical, Sunview Cafe. This is a pretty popular breakfast spot a lot of people like to check out. More spas. I mean, there must be something about big Texas hair that they love here in Melissa. Spas and hair salons all over the place. Chiropractor, more orthodontics, so you got to get your teeth fixed as well, and the Red Feather, which is kind of a big deal around here. The Red Feather is a staple of Melissa cuisine. This is a community favorite and has plenty of options for food and drinks. It has over 50 local investors, and that's easy to see why the entire town marks this as one of the top spots in Melissa. It's a wine bar and sandwich shop that has got it all. You can stop by for a quick lunch or bring some friends on the weekend for a wine tasting event. Now, another con of living in Melissa is that you're going to be driving a lot if you're going to be doing things outside of Melissa. Can you get through here with your everyday life? Yes, but if you're commuting to downtown Dallas for work, that's probably gonna be a nightmare. That's gonna be over an hour with or without traffic probably. I mean, on a good day, maybe you get down there in 50 minutes or so. On a bad day, maybe an hour, hour and 20. Alex, how long do you usually get in traffic if you were going to my Dallas house?
It's easily a 20-minute delay.
Yeah, 20-minute delay. So that's on top of probably 50 minutes to get there. So an hour and 10 if you're going to downtown Dallas. So if you're gonna be working there, if you love commuting and listening to the radio, then maybe that's okay. But if you're working in Frisco or Plano, that won't be as bad, but you're probably still gonna account for 20 to 25, maybe 30-minute commutes just to get to Plano and Frisco if you're gonna be working in one of the offices in those areas. Everything is bigger in Texas, right? Absolutely. If you have never heard of Buc-ee's, it's the largest gas station as far as I know, over 50,000 square feet. But look at this. You got gas pumps that just go on for days and days and days. You would never think that a gas station would be so popular until Buc-ee's came on the scene. And we make the joke that don't stop at Buc-ee's to use the bathroom because you end up coming back with $60 worth of snacks. But they've got gear, barbecue, I mean, food, snacks, drink, everything you could imagine inside this gas station. But we are going to violate our own rules there, go in, check it out, show you a little bit around, but there's a lot going on in there, but it'll blow you away. Again, don't stop here unless you plan on spending 60 bucks. You can smell the brisket and the pecans like as soon as you walk in. I mean, I wish you could almost scratch and sniff the screen right now. It's absolutely amazing. It's worth the smell just coming in here. Now, another pro of living in Melissa is going to be a very low crime rate according to online statistics and neighborhoodscout.com. They rate Melissa as the 21st safest city in all of Texas, so that's pretty good. I mean, because there's not a high population and not too much going on here, I don't think you'll have much to worry about. And again, that's what people do love about these smaller towns is you don't have to worry about, a lot of crime. And here we are in downtown historic Melissa, and don't blink because you'll miss it. And that's about it right here. But what I find interesting is that they've got the body contouring center, another boutique. I mean, I think Melissa, they really are big on physical appearance here apparently. So there's a lot going on, and you've got another dentist's office, just a couple of little mom and pop shops. That's really not much going on. And if you want to know the history of Melissa, we'll tell you a little bit more about it. Melissa has a similar story to most of the suburbs in the far northern reaches of Dallas-Fort Worth. After a few families came to the small settlement, the Houston and Texas Central Railroad reached the town in 1872 and established a depot. You would think that, like most of the other North Dallas towns, Melissa would have expanded rapidly after that, but that wasn't the case. In fact, by 1884, the town only had a population of 100 and wouldn't reach 1,000 until the 21st century. Like the rest of the country, the 1920s were a difficult time for Melissa, but for different reasons. In 1921, virtually every building in town was destroyed by a tornado and had to be rebuilt. But all of that work was undone in 1929 when a fire burned down many of the buildings that had been replaced. All of this hardship and the onset of the Great Depression drove many people away, and the population declined by almost 50% in the 20 years following the fire. So where did Melissa get its name? There's still some debate on the origin of the town's name, with many believing that it was named after Melissa Quinlan, the daughter of a railroad executive. But others argue that the town is actually named for Melissa Huntington, the daughter of C.P. Huntington, but another daughter named Anna, for which the neighboring town is supposedly named after. Now, another con of living in Melissa is that there's no real public transportation here. There's no DART system, no train to get you downtown, so you won't be able to just zip by traffic on the DART rail system or anything like that. This is a driving area. You are going to need a car to get around. Otherwise, you're not going to get very far, and your Uber bills are probably going to get very expensive if you try to go that route. And of course, when you're in Melissa, you need to stop by the little food truck park over here. They've got Hollis Barbecue, they've got Poppin' Pastries, they've got Tacos Benditos right here as well. So we're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna sample one from each, just so you have a good idea of what your options will be. So let's start with the taco. All right, so while we wait on our food, let me give you a little update on the jobs and the economy happening here in Melissa. In the past 5 years, Melissa has experienced significant growth, resulting in a notable boost to its economy. A large majority of Melissa's residents, 88.6%, are homeowners, while over 40% of the population possesses a bachelor's degree or higher, according to niche.com. The average earnings are $64,000, with a median household income of $117,000. Texas Instruments just built a new chip plant up in Sherman, which is about 30 minutes away, which is also helping spur some of the growth. Of course, Melissa is also next door to some of the major commercial hubs such as Plano, Frisco, and downtown Dallas, although the commute would probably be around 50 minutes or greater. As for the city itself, the city of Melissa and Melissa ISD act as the two largest employers. All right, so I just finished up the barbecue. I had the burn-ins and the brisket, the mac and cheese, and the charro beans. It was absolutely amazing, so much so that I had to come over, and I noticed my man Donovan here. I noticed he's got the American flag, and also you can just tell another vet. 2 tours in Afghanistan, and now he's running Hollis Texas-style barbecue right here in Melissa at the food truck park. So tell us a little bit about what's going on here. How long have you been running this?
All right, so I had the food truck since August of 2019. So we're relatively new at the food truck, but I've been catering for years now. Like you said, yep, fellow Army vet, retired Army Ranger. You know, had fun in the Army and whatnot, and now I'm transitioned to selling some of Texas' finest barbecue.
And it's good. So when you're in Melissa, make sure you stop by, check out Hollis Barbecue. Tell him you saw him on the Living in Dallas, Texas YouTube channel, so he knows that he's getting some love for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your service.
Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for coming down.
All right. And that brings us to another pro of living in Melissa. Is going to be a nice, quiet family environment. I mean, with the school districts and having one main high school, not a ton of elementary schools, just a few throughout, and the middle schools. I mean, that really gives you that small town feel where everybody knows everybody, and that's the type of environment I grew up in a small town in Texas. Is you couldn't get away with much because everybody knew what was going on. So if that's something you don't want to happen, then that could actually be a con. But otherwise, you knew people at the stores, you knew people at the restaurants. I mean, it was the same old faces over and over again. Now, that's not likely going to be the case, you know, over the next few years in Melissa, but it is right now. And so if you like that small town family environment, then it's probably going to be a good fit. And one of the last cons of living in Melissa, Texas is going to be the MUD taxes. Yes, there's MUD and PID taxes. MUD stands for Municipal Utility District, which what happens in that scenario is the builders of these developments will be able to work with the city to pass some of those, the utilities it takes to get installed in those neighborhoods, actually pass that on as a tax to the homeowners in the neighborhoods. Now, those can go away after a certain number of years, but it's usually 1 to 2 decades before you may see that. And so that will add an additional payment to your mortgage and insurance and everything else that you're going to have involved with buying a home. So you need to understand which community you're going to, and it's not all communities throughout Melissa, but there's a significant amount of them because the infrastructure was not in place necessarily. So this is something that builders are passing on to the homeowners, which is, you know, you could debate that whether that's the right thing to do or not, but it does add to your monthly expense. So it's something you need to factor in, and it could be a con of depending on which neighborhood you want to move into. Now we came over here to show you one of the more popular spots to just make one last stop on our trip here in Melissa, but it's not produce season, so that's when Lola's over here is open. It's lively, there's a lot going on. You can buy all kinds of knickknacks and paddywhacks and dogs for bones for dogs, I mean, and you know, face painting, vendors here, I mean, all kinds of stuff, but you gotta come whenever it's in season. It's definitely worth checking out. It's a fun little spot. But that concludes today. We want to thank you for joining us. Hopefully you found this helpful on the tour of Melissa. Feel free to reach out below. All of our information is in the description, so you can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call if you're thinking about making that move here to the Dallas or the surrounding areas like Melissa. And until next time, well, we hope to show you around town. And just in the last 3 years, Melissa has tripled in and we're now, but others argue that the town is actually named for Melissa Huntington, the daughter of C.P. Huntington, who had another daughter named Anna, for which the neighboring town is supposedly named after. You happy now, Alex?
That's not the story I heard. I guess everyone's got their own story.
Well, that's the one that was researched. Was modeled after an old Croatian village because it is one of the top-rated barbecue restaurants, not just in Dallas, but in the state. And then that brings us to con number 5, which is